Alright. Yuri, I get to not
Yep.
talk.
Eh. I am doing move things.
I was about to say, wait, why did you select new game?
Oops.
You're stupid. Alright, perfect Yuri poem, go!
Yep. Okay.
Heartbeat.
No.
That's not ski? Tragedy.
Get
That's
yelled at.
I did get yelled at, dude. Must be that one, yeah. Frightening.
Melancholy, apparently.
Horror.
What?
What word did you pick?
Fantasy.
Wait,
Oh.
did Natsuki jump at fantasy?
Yeah.
What in the fuck? That is actually just cancer, bro. Yeah, that one. Melancholy, no, that one's good. Starscape. No, existence. Okay. Agonizing. Yeah. Tenacious. Horror, yeah. I thought horror was gonna be something like fantasy. It just fucks us again. Vitality. This, yeah, extraordinary.
Extraordinary is Sayori.
A disarray. Incongruent.
What?
You're just mega cringe.
Get yelled at. Nope.
Oh, we gotta do follower earlier, but I did not see who followed. Nor did you tell me who followed.
Nope.
Oh, right, disoriented.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno. Massacre. Sure, you picked the right one. Sensation. No, Covey, yeah, Covey. Or Covet.
That's covet.
Covet?
Yeah. Oh.
Heaven sent, yeah. Depression is Yuri.
Mm-hmm. No, that's Saya.
Okay. Agonizing or embrace, one of those two.
Embrace is Saya.
Electricity, that
Oh,
could
yeah.
be Saya. Meager, I never even heard of that word, so it must be Yuri.
You don't know what meager means?
No. Unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Essence, I know is her. After image, because after image of a crimson eye. So I know after image is good. No, for a fact. Disarray is her. Aura is her.
There we go.
And
Ta-da!
da 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 da. Wee! I get to not say anything.
Ice noise.
The ice has been consumed. I apologize for the fact that you're gonna be just talking for a while.
Get ASMR'd. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? I know my voice. Ah. But when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
Right.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's
Jesus Christ.
that's
Jesus
kind
Christ.
of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, but that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Savko? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside that her mind seems to be completely different. But her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that
You
those
know how
kinds
to
of
read.
stories, they challenge you to look at life from a new strange perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the one naive. They're made to be out to be naive one for. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess that's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah! Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means by reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Sopko, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. Wow. Okay. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
That was only like 5 minutes, right? Like, you didn't read for too long on your own, yeah?
I don't think so.
Okay. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh wait.
It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright! I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, oh, you can skip.
Ooh.
Yuri!
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair.
More not talking!
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes, her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
There
Biased?
is a skip
How?
button.
Oh yeah. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know... I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Zofko. Ah, me too.
Sure. There is a skip button.
Yes. This is identical.
This will not be identical.
This will not.
Zofko, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better. Anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
This is probably no different, except for this part.
Great job, Zofko. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Yes, I read that. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go. I read this in Act 2 already.
Mm-hmm.
I read this in Act 2. You read this in Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we read this in Act 2. Oh,
Oh yeah, this is not the same.
Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Let's keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
Skip button. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
See? Sorry.
Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all! Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously!
I understand. Yuri. Eh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I... see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did! It was her that... Natsuki, I think it's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to...
You know what? I'm going to go do that. It'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
That is just sad, because Amy Likes Spiders is a good poem. I like Amy Likes Spiders. Do you like Amy Likes Spiders?
That's the next one. This
Oh,
was...
right. Eagles Can Fly.
Yeah.
Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit her in an adjacent chair.
Sit her in an adjacent chair?
Sit in an adjacent chair.
Dude.
Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Savgo. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful, so... Huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that.
I think she's talking about the thing that...
We know! I'm going to go make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah.
Yay, we made it through day 1! Oh yeah, save over there. Alright. We're just gonna piss off Natsuki. This is piss off Natsuki, the route. Which I feel very bad about, because I'd rather not do that, but, you know.
Okay.
I do know that clicking certain words in the poem minigame gives you stuff, but I don't know what words. I think we have Kawaii and Doki Doki already. Are you trying to figure out which one is the Yuri word?
Yeah, I was being a dum-dum.
Yeah, you didn't ask me. I would have told you what the answer was.
Oh, duh.